Twitch, and we should not sound jittery like we did, but we are live on the internet. It's Sunday. I'm trying to be overly energetic because we're starting this stream, episode 4 of Vile Dawn, Meet the Mangler. We are starting with you meeting the Mangler. But before we do that, while we're checking audio, making sure that all our levels are okay, go around the horn and say hi. I'm going to start with Mordred. James, how's stuff? How have you been? It's been a long time. What have you been doing with yourself?
Yeah, a couple months. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's good to be back in here playing again, as always.
Yes.
Looking forward to this fight. Maybe get our asses handed to us. We'll see.
At least part of your ass handed to you, or you know, maybe it's handed to you nicely. We'll see. That's cool. Are you playing any other games, doing anything, or were you literally sitting in that chair waiting for us to pick back up?
Yeah, I wiped off all the cobwebs and dust to make myself presentable, but I've been here the whole time.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, we're glad you're here. So over to your left, my right, is Eric.
Jason, it's not showing me that it's live, like the channel's live.
But it is.
Like it shows me past broadcast of like 12 seconds. Oh, now there it goes.
There's a little bit of a time lag there.
It likes to lag a little bit.
I got to move Eric's head up.
Yeah, looking forward.
All right.
All right, sounding good. Sounding good. Eric's head's in the spot where it should be now. Tyler's head looking great. Okay, so Eric, Spectral Avenger. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
What the hell have you been doing with yourself?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Working, getting new screens on the back deck, dealing with teenage drama.
Ugh, nice.
Trying out some Cyberpunk. A year later, the game still has a long way to go.
I've heard similar things. James was telling me about it. I'm thinking like, y'all wait. And now, you know, I don't know. Don't even have time. Well,
yeah,
I'm glad.
I caught it on sale, and I play a little bit of it, like an hour or two, a couple times a week, and need some work.
You've not gotten to the part where you're ready to just give your life to Cyberpunk, right? You're just like...
No.
Fine. All right.
No, if I could give my life to a game, it would be this, but, we don't meet that often.
That means a lot. Look, and that's actually a good time to point out, there's a meter at the top of the screen there. We're pushing towards 200 people on Twitch. We hit 2,000 people on YouTube, which is cool, but we don't stream live to YouTube. So if you want to get, like a sweet care package from Myth Brigade, you should be the 200th follower. We'll send you some interesting things. Some of which you can use, and some of which you'll be like, I don't even know why they put this in the box, but whatever.
It was just in Jason's junk drawer. He just wanted to throw something else in there.
Yeah. When we started the Knights Black Agents, that was like my favorite. Is those little garlic salts that I sent you guys? Like that was pretty,
that was awesome.
Cool. Speaking of Knights Black Agents,
no, never got one.
What? Oh, because you Byron, tell us some good news. Tell us all the good shit that's going on, man. You are
holy shit, dude. There's so much going on. It's
What's
not
up?
even funny. I don't even know what my name is anymore. It's just like been going on.
Blocks girl.
I've been playing some D&D 5e, coming to the end of my homebrew game I've been running for the last 2 months. It has been just a wonderful ride of funniness and stuff like that. I talked to Mr. Steve Nedley earlier today. I'm going to be getting some information together, and he's going to be possibly doing a drawing of our party from our homebrew.
Woo!
Yeah.
His art's amazing.
Kind of cool. And then been playing, kind of perusing and reading the 7C core rulebook for when Night's Black Agents wraps up. We're deep in the Night's Black Agents, game every other Tuesday-ish, something like that. And then in the final stretches of getting together this Pendragon game, we've got 4 characters, or I think all 5 characters actually with Steve this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 characters made, and are moving forward. We're working on some bonds. Going to be having the Bond episode come up on
The 8th?
March 8th at 9 p.m. And we have the line editor David Larkins from Chaosium's going to be joining us to launch the Pendragon game. Of course, he's writing currently the 6th edition of Pendragon right now. So it'd be cool to have him on and say hi to everybody, kind of like we did with Ken Hite. It's cool to get some big industry insiders in here and make it look like we might be somewhat legitimate.
Yeah, do you ever think that Ken might go back and watch some of our Night's Black and be like, that's not what I meant when I wrote that down at all?
We use the rules? Like, do we even use the rules?
There's some.
Not really.
Pick back up our Rime and the Frost Maiden game that we play, that I play in. Getting ready to start getting back into the Pathfinder 1st edition War for the Crown adventure path in 2 weeks. That we've been playing with Brent, the guy from Night's Black and soon to be Pendragon.
That's right.
So doing all that, plus maybe trying to fit some 40K in there and vegging and watching some TV. So,
I am humbled by the amount of productivity that you can say out loud. Like I'm. Yeah.
The fact that you use that word in the same sentence that he is in is incredible.
I'm just going to go ahead and move right the hell on. I don't even have anything more to say about that, but we're glad you're here, Byron, and Blocks Girl. Red Rocket, the most twisted character maybe I've ever had to GM for. How are you, man? Welcome back.
I'm doing great. Excited to be back and get a Mangly with the Mangler, I guess.
Mangly with the Mangler.
Mangly with the Mangler.
That may be the episode title. Yeah, that's very cool. And for those of you watching, thank you for what, Brian?
To be honest, Tyler always likes to run around with a stick out too. So
yeah,
fabulous.
That's fair. I have the same little red tip.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Really. Although actually, you should probably see somebody about that if that's the case. Okay. So normally we would start one of these episodes with a news broadcast or like a magazine article, a newspaper article or something. But this episode takes place literally about 30 seconds after the last episode at best. So I'm going to ask you to all just take a second and remember you were hanging out at Mordred's place. This is why I usually drink wine. Beer makes me burp. I'm going to be burping in the microphone all night long. So you were at Mordred's bookstore when there was some commotion outside. You were watching. Someone made a notice roll. I don't remember who, but you realized that there's this RV, this sort of sci-fi RV, right? Like a pretty upscale RV with some satellite dishes and other equipment on the top. It kind of pulled up, and as you were watching out, you realized that there was maybe somebody in there. And as I recall, you had gone out to street level, just a moment ago. You'd stepped out onto the street. I don't remember what time of day it was, but I think it might have been a time of day. And so let's just say
It
it's
was
kind of
sometime.
yeah. What time of day would you most like to die?
I think it's evening because we were doing stuff for
Okay.
quite a while prior to this.
Yeah, let's go with that. And for the stream, this is what happens when you don't take notes and you don't watch your own recordings. So sorry. Anyway, so it's early evening. Let's say you've stepped out. Now, what I do recall is this massive human-ish thing, not even human, like mutated creature, bashed out the door of the RV. The side of it just burst open, and he kind of squeezed his frame out. And as James rightly pointed out, the shocks on the RV finally just like, the suspension, was just crushed under his weight. He stands probably pretty close to 8 feet tall. He's a really big guy. He has this appendage, if you recall, growing from out of his overalls on his back, and it just kind of waggles behind him out the door. And it's apparently like a ball of bony cartilage or something, almost like a scorpion. And then his left hand, I think it might have been, or one of his hands, is abnormally large. He pulled a bag off of it as he stepped out. He just kind of pulled the bag off like, okay, he's letting his little friend out. And he looked, I'm going to say Mordred in the eye and said something like, hi. And then it's time to get acquainted. So we've begun initiative. We set this up in advance. Mordred has a joker, which means you can act whenever you'd like. You just have to be respectful and mind the Zoom lag. But first up in the normal initiative is the Mangler, followed by Block's Girl. So James, would you like to? Would Mordred like to act first, or are you going to let this get started with the Mangler?
I'll let it get started with him.
Okay, cool. So the Mangler. This is kind of walking along. Basically, he kind of steps out, he looks around quickly, and reaches down and grabs this little sort of import car. It's like a little Toyota or something. Grabs the front of it and just chucks it at the front of your bookstore. So flying across, how do you react to that? As you see him lift this thing up, and you have like a split second as his muscles bristle, and he just with his big hand. What do you do?
If it's coming towards me, I'll dodge out of the way.
Okay, so he's not making attack at anyone in particular, and this will be a little bit of a theater of the mind. If anybody wants to draw like a square and some wreckage, this thing basically goes into, it's kind of rotating through the air and just slams into the front of the store, smashing in the window that you just had upgraded, smashing your display that you have there. And blocking the door partially. So there's this car, it's just crumpled up. It got caught on the sort of metal studs of the building. So the whole building hasn't collapsed, but there's car just comes smashing in, pressing the rest of you back. Bookshelves are falling over and other things. And then he's going to use the rest of his action to kind of close that distance and just kind of jumps up on the hood of the car with like a Blocks Girl. 2 things. One, where were you and how did you avoid the car? And then what do you do for your action this round?
So I was about, probably 10 yards back inside the building there, assuming that where my character is on the map is probably where I was. So I mean, I probably didn't. The glass probably showered into the door. I probably put my arm up, with my leather jacket, so blocking the glass from coming into my face, or what have you. I'm gonna kind of look at Mordred and say, the door seems to be for you.
I'm already out front.
I don't know what to do with that.
Are you gonna act? Are you gonna stay put? What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna stay right where I'm at for right this moment.
Okay, got it. So,
Yeah.
Red Rocket,
kind of see how this unfolds a bit.
Red Rocket, you are up next. So you see what's going on. As Byron rightly pointed out, this glass just shatters in. A couple pieces of glass fly up and hit the one of the light fixtures, and it's now flaking out because the bulb's kind of cracked. So yeah, what do you do?
Well, this escalated quickly. I think you need a new door, Mordred. I'm just gonna kind of. Is there like a back door?
There is in fact a back door. And if you zoom out on the map, you'll see there's kind of the alleyway there. So you could go all the way through. You know, he's got the stock room back there, where you know, a lot of boxes and things like that. Mordred, question: is that a fire exit only, or is it something you come and go from? Like, what's that door? This is your spot, so you tell me.
Fire exit, an alarm will sound.
Okay, got it. So yeah, you know that this is the case now. There is a way to get out from the fire escape upstairs, right? Because this Mordred's apartment is above. You know this because you've peed in a few places up there.
And down here. It just happens. You know, my pleasure gets the best thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out the fire exit.
Okay. Okay. So you blaze past, and you're kind of tripping over some books right at first, but then you know you're used to the store layout enough. You get back there. How do you open the door? Do you use your robot arms?
Yeah, I use my arm.
Okay.
Just kind of click.
Give me just real quick, because are you blazing back there, or are you just like taking it easy?
No, I'll calmly walk through the bookstore because I know he really doesn't like it when I fuck his stuff up.
Okay.
And I already peed in here. Yeah, I have to be respectful.
I love this bad guy throws a car through the front, and there's a corgi just like across the tile. Fucking love it. Okay, got it. So that'll use up a good bit of your action, I think. You get out into the alley. Just let me know what's your plan once you're out there.
Really, I'm just gonna run around to the other side of the building, kind of try to get an eye on this guy.
Okay, got it. So that brings us to the Spectral Avenger, Donovan, the almost well, definitely dead ghostly figure. What are you doing?
Well, I'm sure Mordred's going to lay into this guy for wrecking his store. I'm just going to walk through the car.
Yes.
And,
Okay.
and just kind of stand in front of the guy.
Okay. So you move through the car, and it's almost just like a couple seconds after this thing hits, you kind of come walking through, leaving a little bit of schmutz on the car from your ectoplasmic self. So you're going to come stand in front of him. You're not going to attack him. You're just going to stand there, step up in his face.
Yeah. Yep.
So he kind of, attacks of opportunity don't really happen here. But as you step up in front of him, he kind of notices you. Now, are you trying to be invisible? Are you allowing yourself to be seen? What's that like? What does he see?
I didn't go invisible, so yeah, he can see me.
So he literally just attack of opportunity style, just like with this big thing. And what is it like to try to attack Donovan with physical attacks?
Well, Donovan is intangible, so its a physical attack isn't really going to do anything to him, and it's just going to pass through him. And if any part of him passes, well, whatever he hits Donovan with, whether it's a weapon or any part of himself, is going to get all gooey.
Yeah. So this big hand just like would have swatted you from your waist to your shoulder, and he just and it gets all gooey, and then it's like he swings it through and just slings snotty ectoplasm past. He seems confused, which is awesome.
I'm going to take that opportunity as to take my action there when he takes a swing,
All
knowing
right.
it's going to throw him off balance, swinging at nothing.
Do it. Let's get to the Spectral Avengers character sheet, shall we? Or the Mangler. When I say Spectral Avenger, I don't need to know that. Okay. So
I already have his character sheet, but
Yep. So first roll. So you swing, and you are going to miss. Well, not miss exactly. So you kind of connect. You can use a Bennie to reroll. He's essentially parrying you with his big weird hand. If you want to reroll, you can. You just got to drop a Bennie for it.
Oh
No, Bennie lost. That's okay though. So basically, you Huh?
When I drew the Joker, does everyone get a Benny when a player draws a Joker in combat?
I think that is true. That is true. I think that's right. Did you watch the I don't even remember my own.
Somebody's been
rules
studying.
guides. I know.
I just looked at the page to see what I could do with the ones I had.
Okay, yeah. So give yourselves. So don't throw the Benny away. Then you would have had an extra. No, you would not have had. Everybody else would have. Okay. So you swing twice. He parries basically a couple of times, and so you're just basically like kind of slow-mo thing, and he's using this big hand. He realizes it's just completely like cartilage and bone, and it's just like an elephant man hand deluxe.
So this is what you look like? I thought you needed more time to finish transforming.
Mordred is a dickhead. Mordred is just mean. Have you guys noticed this? Mordred's getting canceled today. I'm canceling Mordred. No. Yeah, so this brings us back to the Mangler, who, in response to your meanness, there was got to be a more convenient way to hold these views open here. I'll put it on this screen over here. Dude, sorry. So everybody else is having the Roll20 drama, right? It's not just me?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I love it. Damn it. Do you think this has, like... I think the Russian hackers are destroying. Let me... Like I'm clicking and waiting. There it goes. Okay. Hang on. It's trying to load the character sheet again. I wonder if they're having some kind of hacker situation or something silly.
Probably more lines. Just sucks.
Oh!
Okay.
Ow!
I was just...
Oh,
I'd forgotten a
okay.
modifier on the roll there, so I was just making sure that worked. That's just a test.
Oh, thanks. What the fuck?
Oh, fuck.
What's wrong with you? Okay. We're here. So he
I thought that was the Mangler.
basically you're just like blah blah back and forth, and he is going to do this. We'll see how long that. No, he's not. Okay, fine. He's gonna spend a Benny, so he is a wild card. So he gets 3 Bennies, and then I have 3 GM Bennies that I can use.
Are you rolling the right thing there? It says unskilled rather than like fighting.
Oh wait, dum. You may be right, and it's not letting me edit it. Hang on, folks.
You're doing
Flesh
great.
mallet. Yeah, I know. It's fine. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, we'll do this. Never mind. I see what it is. So he's going to Benny roll that one anyway. So he will succeed and actually hit you. What's your parry? Your parry may be something stupid. Is it high?
8.
Ooh, good. Good then. Good, Mordred. Feel the pain. So
how does parry?
whoa! Okay, so parry is calculated on a couple things. So 23, and I'm guessing you will not soak all of that. What's your toughness?
6 with 15 armor.
Okay, so, geez, really?
I think.
So there's this resounding crunch. You will be shaken, though, as a result of that. And so as a reminder, you can spend a Benny to unshake. You can wait till next round, and you can use a roll to unshake. But until you're no longer shaken, basically all you can do is kind of move. And so the way this goes down is you're kind of back and forth, and you just don't even see it coming, and he just drills you down back into this car. And then withdraws, and he's just loud, and he's got that flesh mallet waggling like he's gonna drop it on you like a bowling ball. This brings us to Blocks Girl. Blocks Girl, you see this happen. Mordred's fighting, sword play, all this crazy stuff, and suddenly just goes down. You're not sure if he's all right or not because the way the wreckage is of the car and the window. What do you do?
Nice. Is this like one of those buildings that just has like the big windows on both sides of like the glass door?
I'm thinking it's got a big picture window. Mordred, what do you think? Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, yeah, it's got a nice big picture window, pretty modern, like a real nice boutique kind of thing, like a real modern bookstore. Not so much brick.
All right. So, man, what is going on out there? Nice. So I guess I am going to move up this way, and I picture like the front of the building probably has some signs hanging off of it, or some like lamp posts or things like that. I would think so. A rain gutter, so forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that sound possible?
Absolutely.
All right. So I am going to climb up to the front by the picture window and climb through the picture window and kind of turn into a Lego orangutan and climb up the side of the building.
Okay, remind us about your transformation. How long? What is that like? Do we see like little bits of wreckage coming up? Legos coming out of nowhere? What does that look like?
Yeah, so like Legos, my body just starts turning into Legos, and like blocks kind of go in and out, like a different like body parts and kind of thing. And then next thing you know, it kind of builds into whatever shape that I'm going for, which in this case is an orangutan.
Nice.
And any clothes and stuff that I'm wearing just kind of gets melded into my blocks. And so I will be bright orange. And climb up the side of the building.
That is awesome. So you will climb up. Go ahead and give me a roll, please, for your climb. Athletics will work.
Let's see if I can actually get this thing to work. Oh, wherever my character sheet is. I thought it was right there. There it is. Athletics.
Ooh, okay.
Very good. Did it work?
So you rolled twice. Or were you doing a Bennie?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it worked.
Oh, I see. So I'm going to take the first one. It doesn't really matter either way, right? So you you jump up, and you're mid transformation blocks, and you get a grip, but because you're kind of like transforming and climbing, and you sort of just slip, and just kind of go. Thankfully, not too high up. But you just kind of land on the car off to the side there. Just kind of fling yourself off to the side. You can attempt to, if you'd like to spend a Bennie, you can recover. Otherwise, that'll be next round.
I'm thinking that I'm going to just let this guy think that I'm not worth a shit and kind of lay there.
Okay, so there's just moment. There's this like this anticlimactic moment. Oh, I got this. Oh, poof, oh shit. Kind of knocks the wind out of you a little bit. Red Rocket, what do you do? What's your action?
So now that I'm on the outside of the building, I'm gonna take off.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run around to the RV.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna like peek my head inside.
Okay, so quick. Athletics check as you round that corner. So going as fast as you are, a 90-degree turn is not possible under the sidewalks. You're going to have to kind of fan out. So you're going to need an athletics check to avoid traffic. Nice. So you go. Tell me what kind of vehicle you almost get hit by and who's driving it.
Probably like a what is it? Like a smart guy, like a smart car, like this little smart car. Like,
Okay.
He's got some little nerd with his like crooked glasses.
Yeah. So the reason I asked, so Spectral Avenger, since you've had a minute of silence, I'm going to ask you to roll a d6, just a quick d6 roll. Okay, so yes, it is a little smart car, and the jackass that ran the red light and is just kind of like nails that smart car, and the dude just gets shot out of the window, brain everywhere, sliding across as you're like yeah, so that happens. Now you run, which again sets the appropriate timer for cops to come. Yeah, so you get to the RV. A little out of breath, but what are you looking for there?
Really anything. Like somehow it was like transported here, like teleported here.
Yes, it did. That's right. It did. I forget this. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of looking at like the technology on it.
Okay.
Or anything that would tell me about the Mangler. Like.
Got it. Understood. So you're gonna make a. Give me I'm trying to think what makes sense. So do you go in the I'm just thinking of a corgi level, like looking up in there. There's little steps going in there. And
I'll like
steps
hop
are
in.
bowed. Okay, give me let's do notice. Let's do notice, and you're going to be at -2 because you're trying to hurry. Okay.
So 4.
Yeah. So the first thing you notice is there is a fella who, during all this guy is kind of in here now. He had, you kind of ran up on him. You didn't see him. He's kind of come back around. He looks down at you. Who wants to roll his notice check? He's going to have a D4. Somebody roll a D4 for the thug. I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Aha, okay. So I'm gonna say he's at a disadvantage though, right? Because this is chaos. So he's got to be at least a -1. So he looks down and he's like, "Hey, get out of here, man! Get shoo!" He's trying to push at you with his foot. What do you do?
So I'm just gonna jolt super fast and slam into his other leg to try to trip him.
Okay.
Like, I'm just gonna go super speed for a split second.
Okay. Give me. Is that an attack that you have?
No.
Let's use fighting then. And the success will indicate that you hit him in a way that won't hurt you. Ooh, do you want to reroll?
I'm gonna spend one of my like
bajillion bennies.
4 bennies.
Got it. Hey Thorg. No, you didn't miss much. We're picking up from last time. Finally. Wild Die saves you.
Wild Die saves my life.
So, you do hit him in the leg, and he's got his other foot in. He's pushing, right? He's trying to push you, so it's up off the ground. You slam into his knee joint, and he just folds in. His leg just like down. He's screaming. He's absolutely not happy.
You shouldn't kick dogs. It's not very nice.
What? This will conclude your turn. We'll move on. So you're in the RV and you have subdued that guy. Spectral Avenger, what are you doing? You're on mute is what you're doing. You're muting.
Sorry. I'm going to see if this big behemoth has enough mind to be worth controlling.
Okay. This is going to be very difficult. This is against his... how does that work? It's an opposed roll against his something?
It's an opposed smarts roll.
Well,
that's probably what he's really good at.
I mean, come on now.
No, we have no idea how intelligent he is.
I have an idea how intelligent he is.
Look at him.
Oh.
Anybody that walks around calling themselves the Mangler. Okay. All right. So
I think I'll throw a Bennie into that. How does that work? I just re-roll?
Yeah, you just re-roll. It could be worse. You got to take whatever you re-roll. In this case. Ooh, stuff.
Oh,
that's
either
a
way,
reverse.
Yeah.
Okay, against
Bad either way.
his. And he's going to. Why is that not coming across? It should be. Hello. Oh, there it is. Whoa! He wins. So. He just slammed Mordred down, right? And you're in his head. What are you saying in his head to try to persuade him? Like what is he hearing?
He really ought to go smash the RB.
Okay. So he hears this and he shakes his head and kind of looks around, and then he looks down at you. And it's like that successful smart roll also allowed him to realize that you're a ghost. And so he's going to make a spirit check to see what he thinks about that. And he doesn't give a fuck. He does, however, jump backward because I think he realizes you're still partially standing in the wreckage of the car. I think he realizes he's a bit of a disadvantage there. So he'll use what little movement he can, which this screen is frozen. Jesus, come on, roll 20. You ever feel like it does this to us on purpose because we talk about other tabletop simulators or whatever?
It's offended.
It is really laggy. Hang on. Please hold.
It is.
It's really bad.
And it's not your roll 20. It's literally just roll 20 in general.
Oh, come on. This is where Mike's gonna be like, I told you. You should be using something else.
This is where every time I thank myself that I do theater of the mind.
This is yes. The trouble is, these kinds of scenes get so fucking out of whack. I'm just happy to have bodies on the table. So, all right, he moves back just a little bit to reconnoiter, see what's going on, and things are popping up on me that I clicked like a minute ago, which is pretty funny. Okay, so that brings us to Spectral Avenger. You still have some move left. What do you want to do with that?
If he seems a little bit intimidated by me, I'm going to advance on him. I'm going to keep the distance close.
Okay, awesome. So at this point, I just click GM overlay. Let's count, shall we? 1, 2. Okay, there we go. You see Spectral Avenger. I'm so sorry this is taking so long, but we'll get there and it'll be worth it. You see those guys on the roof now? Boop.
Yes.
These guys that look like I was so shamelessly ripped off the G.I. Joe Cobra foot soldier guys. I love those guys so much from my childhood. So you see two of these guys, and they literally just lean over the side and are taking aim at you and Mordred and whoever's in that area. They're not going to act this round. That'll be next round. So you're kind of following the the Mangler backward. Mordred, what do you do? You are shaking.
Where do you think you're going, you piece of shit? I'm going to try and roll off the shaken there.
Okay. There's the unshake button in your... Oh, you failed. You failed.
I'll use a Bennie to get out of this.
All right, you did. Okay, so you start to get up and you're like, oh, ow, and you kind of sink back down and you're back at it. You just get that rush of adrenaline. Okay, so you've recovered. And we'll say you can act normally because you're super. What are you going to do?
Yep. Going to take 2 swings at him, so I'll take -2 on each of the rolls.
Oh, man, you're going with a vengeance. Okay, so I picture you get up and you sort of vault off that car that Donovan's standing in the middle of right now. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, then. All righty. There's some hitting going on there.
I'm going to try and even him out since he's asymmetrical.
Let's roll damage. Let's roll damage on the first one. Oh, okay. So his toughness is. Let me see. Come on, click. Let's just go with paper sheets. That actually beats his toughness, but not by much. So you slash him, and he does in fact become shaken. He's going to do it right. He's going to spend his Bennie. He's going to shrug it off. So he's down to 2 Bennies now. And your second attack, go ahead and roll for damage, please.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. So that basically, and actually, I'm going to let the last one stand, but that you're going to actually, he's going to be shaken. And you're going to. That's how many? That's like 2 raises and 1 raise.
Yeah, 2 6s in there.
Yeah. So you're gonna actually. He's gonna be shaken and receive 2 wounds. So, how does he want to do that? Okay, he's gonna make a soak roll. No, he does. He's gonna use his last Bennie. He's going to make a soak roll, and what that allows him to do is soak one of those wounds, unless it goes crazy. Where is my soak button? Where's that on this character sheet? Soak, there it is. Okay, so he's going to soak. That's on page 96. So let's just take a peek to make sure I'm not doing this wrong. It's been a long time. Yep. So if character soaks off all the wounds, so this vigor check, each success. Okay, so he didn't get a raise, which is unfortunate. So he only soaks one of the wounds. So he is still shaken, and he has one wound. So what does that look like, Mordred? So you come in, and how does that play out in terms of the cinematics while I'm updating his status here in the sheet?
Like how? Like, could I just cut off that little extra appendage of his, or is
No
it
way.
something else?
No way.
No.
That thing is here to stay.
Just a big bloody gash across his chest.
Okay, so you just open him up in a kind of a soft spot, and he's just bleeding, and he gets this look like, no way, like how is this even possible? And of course he is shaken until next round comes around. Now I'm gonna do a thing with initiative. I usually try what the fuck's going on there? I usually try not to do this, but because you have a joker that's gonna mess us up. So I'm recalling all the cards. And then I'm gonna, oh shit, guys, I'm sorry. Update your bennies. I just did the wrong thing. I'm being stupid. Sorry. Sorry. I trust you. All right, so we're gonna deal everybody in turn order. Okay.
How do we update our bennies?
Just draw bennies from the deck that's at the bottom right over there.
Ah, got it.
Okay, so here we go. So Spectral Avenger happens to have the initiative. And I got to get these guys in
How
a
do I
turn.
take one away?
If you click the Bennie, it'll pop up 4, and you just drag one of them, drop it. It's going to show up on the map.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
Got to add these guys into the turn. You're dropping bennies all over my map, man.
They look like little explosions.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. All right, now we got it. So we're going to recall
There's some
all
fight
these.
going on.
And now we're going to deal ourselves a brand new. And then we'll... Oh! Now
Another
you've
joker.
got a joker, Mr. Spectral Avenger. So you can use that whenever you want. Even if it steps on somebody's toes. However, looks like by default, unless somebody acts first... what is that? Blocks girls first. Why did that not do that?
Another Benny for the good guys too.
That's true. Give yourselves Benny. Good call. That's weird. Sorting order is happening weird. So, Blocks girl, what are you doing?
You're muted. Box Girl, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry, the dog was barking. I was trying to make it so it wouldn't interfere. You said there was something about 2 guys on the building.
Yep, that's right. You
I know,
probably
Right behind the RV.
So if you've fallen, I'll give you a notice check to see if you notice them, right? Because that was actually Spectral, or I'm sorry, it was Spectral Avenger that noticed them. Go ahead and make a notice roll and see if you see them as well as you're standing up from your fall. You do not.
Nope.
So you have no idea that they're there at the moment until they act and do something overt. You just fell and you kind of are brushing yourself off. So do you continue your climb or what? What do you do?
Yeah, we'll go back to climbing.
Okay. Give me that climbing roll. This time I give you a +1 because you know what you're dealing with and your hands are where they need to go. So.
Well, plus also my climbing is not the same as the monkey's climbing, so because I gained abilities of whatever creature I take. So being a monkey, he will be able to climb better.
Yeah, so let's treat that as a D. Let's say it's a D10.
Yeah.
I'll give you a D10 there without going to the bestiary and finding a monkey.
Because I only have a D6. Well, I actually have the bestiary open because that's my typical MO. So the orangutans have a D8
Okay.
in climbing. But I have mine as a 6. So. Did that work? Did that do anything? It did not.
Last I have is a 3 and a 3.
I suck at using this. 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing jack shit today.
So the issue here, so I'm not going to do that. It's not going to be that game. So you're just slower, right? So at the end of the round, you reach at the end of your action, you reach the top, but getting to the top is actually going to soak your action as well. Now, what's crazy is what I will tell you is here on which is going to take me 40 minutes to show you. So as you crest the top of this building, you are confronted with 2 more of these folks who notice you climbing up over the edge. Both of them turn to you. They are surprised as you come up. There's this fucking Lego orangutan.
A bright orange.
Yeah, a bright orange Lego orangutan. So we're going to do 2 spirit rolls just to see how they react. So we're going to do 1 sometime soon. There we go. And these one of them is completely freaked out and just sort of staggers backward, and kind of stepping over onto this pad where this rooftop air conditioner is and tripping backward, firing his gun into the night sky. So that's the one closest to you. You catch him off guard. This one just turns and is gonna engage you next round. Spectral Avenger, you're on a Joker. You want to act now or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go ahead.
Okay.
I think I want to try to mind control these 2 guys that I've seen up on the roof
What's the range on
and
that?
have 12 inches, medium.
12. Okay. So.
I don't remember how that works in terms
Yeah,
of
you can
looks.
move. You're gonna need to move a little
Squares
bit.
an inch.
He squares an inch for just to keep it tidy. So yeah, you can move. The Mangler's right there in front of you. So he's blocking your view, I'm going to say, because he is really big of this fella. This one you should be able to get with no problem.
Well, if I need to, I can step over here.
Okay. Give me as you do so. Give me an athletics check. I mean, it doesn't exactly matter, but give me that athletics check and see if you have to plow through him, because you are sort of faced off against each other.
Athletics. What would that be? I don't have it.
What is it based on strength?
Just a skill
Based on
roll?
strength?
Agility.
Use agility for this. Yeah.
Athletics, agility.
Yikes. So critical failure. So you're not sure what happens, but you're trying to move quickly, and it feels suddenly it's like you're moving through pudding, and you're just like covering the Mangler in ectoplasm, and you feel this like searing heat, and it's like you're moving very, very slowly as you do so. He doesn't react other than just kind of like being covered with ghost snot.
A bit more intimate than he expected.
Yeah, but that's gonna put you at a disadvantage for your roll. So -2 for your attempt to mind control the vile trooper, and he has to make a smarts roll.
Oops. I don't have that set up right. Let's try that again. Yes, it's an opposed smarts roll.
Woo!
And -2 would put it at 5 anyway.
Yes, and the vile trooper wins. So it's interesting, as you're talking, he kind of zeroes in on you, and he puts his hand up next to his head. You're not sure why. It's like he's kind of like testing his comm gear, maybe. But he doesn't seem to be under your control whatsoever. This is not going that well.
It's not going well.
No. Okay, so that brings us to the other trooper, who is going to try his best to shoot Mordred. So he levels his gun. Oh, let's see how this works. Whoa. Okay. So he's, just keep in mind, he is not a wild card, so he rolled a 5. Ignore the wild die if you see that come across, so don't have a panic attack. However, Mordred, he does actually hit you. As you're up and slashing, the battle's kind of carrying around. He's kind of moved over here to the corner where he can just barely get a shot and almost wings the Mangler in the process, but he does, in fact, hit you.
I wasn't even really aware they were there, I think.
Nope, that's correct.
Oh!
So yeah. So what's your toughness?
6 and 15 armor.
All right. So God, you're toughy. So you will basically be. You were not shaken. So you feel the searing heat of this laser pulse, right? Just it's like it's not like a blaster. It's like a straight sort of needle thin laser that just kind of flashes from the top of the roof, burns straight through your armor and into your chest. You'll be that actually. I believe you would take a wound from that, wouldn't you? Yes. So how do you want to do that? Do you want to? You have bennies. Do you want to spend to make a soak roll? You can do that, which will leave you soaked and no wounds. Or you can be shaken and take a wound.
I'll soak it.
Okay. So you click the soak button on your character sheet. Nice. All right. So you're mid-swing, and this thing hits you, and you feel it, but you just grit your teeth. You hit the ground. You're thinking that, man, I just got shot in the chest. And as you sit up, feels like you're actually all right, though you will be shaken. So keep that in mind. You'll make a unshake roll at the beginning of next round as the vile trooper. He's going to stay where he's at and probably take a second shot at you next round. Okay, Mordred. That brings you to your action. So you hit the ground. You're just, what are you? You're going to unshake?
Unshake.
Okay. Yeah. So you how do you unshake? What does that look like? You just kind of. This is the second time you hit the ground, and what do you do?
Like I picture him on a knee with the sword planted in the ground, and just starts like screaming in rage and gets back up and starts swinging again on the big guy.
Okay, so you just stand up and get back to business. Okay, that sounds cool.
Like if I have an idea of where I got shot from, I'll try and put the big guy between me and him. But if I don't, I'll just go fighting.
Okay. Yeah, you can maneuver for sure. You could use your move. I'll give you an athletics roll if you want to kind of jump up on top of the car.
Sure.
Failure means you're going to take a penalty to your attack. Success means you put him in between. You succeed. So you jump up on top of that car there, which is already crumpled and snotty from the ghost, and give me your attack.
Just do 1 this time.
He's very happy with that decision. So, yeah. You don't anticipate, you see his hands, and it's like you're seeing in slow motion, and you come right in, and you don't even anticipate this, like, sack of cartilage or whatever coming down, this veiny, nasty cartilage ball, just kind of like, ring, and parries
very
your
evocative
blow. Yes, it is. It parries your blow there. What else? You're out of move. I think you're done. Red Rocket. You are in this. You've snapped this guy's leg. He's rolling around, shouting and screaming. The chaos is starting to break out behind you. You're looking around. What are you looking for? There is, in fact, a large technological apparatus toward the back of this RV. You want to give me a science roll to see if you know what it is?
Sure.
Well, so you look at it, and there's this moment. It's a teleporter. It is literally in the back of this weird RV. It's a teleporter. It's about the size of a refrigerator, let's say, with a command operating sort of terminal there off to the left. But yeah, and then of course the stuff that's sticking out of the roof of the RV. What are you doing in here?
I'm just gonna kind of look down. Why are you here? As he's screaming. As he's screaming in pain. He's
screaming.
Leg.
He is absolutely screaming in pain, and probably a little bit just completely confused with what's going on. But you have intimidate. Do you have intimidate?
Not really.
Put your paw on his broken leg.
I have taunt.
Okay. No, taunts. Yeah. No, I think you'll. You're not going to get cooperation at a taunt, I don't think. Let me see. Give me a spirit roll. I picture like a Shrek moment if you succeed. I'll take the first one. So the first one, you kill it.
Oh,
so there's this moment, right, where you kind of perk your ears up and you let your puppy dog eyes get really big. And what do you say that makes him want to cooperate with you? What do you say to convince him that he needs to cooperate? Convince me.
I won't break your other leg.
How is this hard to drive, man? You'll get the fuck away from me, talking dog, he says.
Who hired you?
This man, yo, you let me get the fuck out of here if I tell you, okay?
Absolutely.
There's this dude in a weird hat, he says. He didn't tell me his name. He had a hood.
All right. I guess I'll do. I'm gonna lick his face, so I can like.
Okay.
Later, I'm gonna try to scent him out.
Okay, so yeah, you get a good snort of him. He smells like fentanyl and tooth decay and sweat. Right? He's just like he's okay. So and what do you do thereafter? After you've slurped on the thug.
So I'm gonna try this. So I'm gonna go super speed out of here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to do my whirlwind on the Mangler.
Okay. And necessarily anyone around him except for Donovan, right? So
well, I'm gonna target it so it only hits him.
it's okay. So you'll try to keep it on the edge. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've I'll give you the move, but the noticing of the apparatus, talking to the guy, licking his face, hauling ass over here. Actually, I'll give you the attack because you kind of that's fine.
I have extra actions.
Let's do that. Take it.
All right. Well, he just needs to make a strength check.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Watch him roll double ones or something. Yeah, no, he's fine. So you start spinning around, and he, the wind is whipping his hair and his bandana around and his vest and stuff, but he doesn't move. His feet are planted, and he's right in the middle of it. The thing is, though, for one, I'm going to give you another Bennie for your licking of the face and the scenting of the man. Who comes next? Guess we got to do this initiative thing, don't we? Let me see. Red Rocket. This guy. Okay. So this other Vile Trooper is also going to try to take a shot at Mordred because at the moment it's the only thing that I think he believes is a threat. He's going to use his laser cannon. And that's a 5. So he's going to hit. Mordred, you have armor. Mm-hmm. Okay, you said it was like 21 between your two, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your toughness. Dope. Let's have a roll damage, please. Wow. Okay, so tell me why it doesn't. Tell me what that's like. You get blasted where, and make it good because you didn't take damage.
Just a a headshot, and my helmet's kind of glowing and a little warm now.
Yes. Okay. So you headshot, and it ricochets. You get just the right angle to deflect the laser, and it goes through the next door neighbor's window and just melts through the glass and burns a mannequin's head off. And then his turn is he's actually gonna move himself, I think. Let me get a new initiative set up. This is a pain in the ass. It's easier with cards. So I'll recall. I got
the Joker's coming.
Yeah, I know. I got to add turns for these guys. And then I got to deal. And then hopefully the sword order will work the way it's supposed to now. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay, so
I don't like those cards.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like that.
Yeah.
So Blocks Girl, this guy thankfully is the guy who fell. So he's flipped out. I'm going to give him a spirit roll. If he fails, I don't think he's really ready to go full bore yet, despite his ace. So Cobra Foot Soldier doesn't get a wild die. He fails. So he is still just like not okay with a fucking orange orangutan coming across. This fellow over here is going to act next. So he's going to take another shot at Mordred. They are all just ganging the fuck up on Mordred right now. Hint, hint, hint. Hey! And he hits. And he will do bonus damage if he... no. So... Sadly, so you I think you deflect. This one bounces off your head. Your head's glowing, and then you swing your sword and deflect it off to the other side. But you're getting hammered, and it's no doubt that you're only a lucky roll away from being, lasered. Okay, Red Rocket, you're back up. What do you do?
Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna try it again while I'm here. So I'm gonna try a whirlwind again. I'm gonna move over beside Mordred. Okay.
So he's gonna need another strength roll.
Yes.
All right, Mangler. He's. As you start to spin. Hello. Roll 20. Oh, there he is. So no, he basically, you're spinning, and at this point he basically just grabs with his big crazy weird hand the car and just kind of slides it over. Mordred, you're basically standing on it, swinging at him, and he grabs and just and moves it in the way of this whirlwind. What do you want to do there? You have extra actions and movement. What do you want to do, Red?
I'm just gonna try to get beside Mordred as best I can.
Okay, just trying to basically defend and
yeah,
but not getting him in your whirlwind, I suppose, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Got it. Okay, so the Mangler, I'm gonna roll a d6 high roll. He's distracted by Red. Oops. Come on now. Okay, yeah, so he is distracted. He realizes now that this tornado thing, and he is scared of it, because, you're sending all kinds of trash and shit up in, you know what I mean? Like, it's just this big...
Making it as difficult as possible to hit Mordred.
So he leans, and I wish we were together, because I would stand and demonstrate, but he does this, weird, butt thing, almost like a twerk, to swing his appendage at you. So he's... I didn't anticipate how stupid this would be. So this would be the flesh mallet, is what it's called.
It's butt mallet.
Yeah.
Butt mallet.
Come back here.
You gotta love roll 20.
No, I don't. I'm really kind of mad right now. The internet, maybe it's, I don't know. The internet seems stable enough, but it's...
You might be having internet issues because Twitch is going in and out.
Is it?
Yep.
I think it's roll 20 because I'm having the same problems on my side.
It could be the general internet, but it's okay. Hang on.
Of course, I might be the one having internet problems too.
We're all having internet problems.
Yeah, it's true. That's okay. That's good. So I'm just gonna make a fighting roll here for him. We'll do it that way, since it's not letting me edit to change the button. Okay, so wow, what's your parry? Red Rock?
12.
12. Okay.
You got to be quicker than that.
Maybe not. I'm gonna spend a GM Benny to teach him a lesson. Maybe. Nope. Okay. So, yeah. So I picture this flesh mallet. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. This flesh mallet's like, poof, poof, and you're just like, nope, nope, nope. Okay, so I think he's going to. Yep, he's just gonna fucking jump.
Oh fuck.
Let's see. Okay. So he basically and just completely confused and realizing that there's two of you facing off, he jumps. So Blocks Girl. This dude lands like right up here, cracking the ceiling of this the roof of this building. Spectral Avenger, you see this guy kind of flees the scene. What do you do?
Is there any way to get to the tops of these two buildings easily?
Yeah. If you need a conventional means, you could do what Blocks did, which would be to climb up using the kind of gutters and such, or go around to the fire escape, or stairs through the apartment or whatever.
I think I'm going to try to mind control the two guys on the other side of the building again.
Okay. Okay. Which one? Both of them?
Both of them.
Okay. Yeah, so they're only 8 away alongside 10. Okay, so that's 2. They need 2 smarts rolls, basically. Is that right?
Yep. Each one needs a smarts roll.
Okay, so
Oh, come on.
we're opposing. Okay, you got that one. Is it success for if he succeeds, he's good, or do I have to beat your level of success? How does that work?
Well, let me see.
If we both
it just
succeed,
says by making an opposed smarts roll. With success, with my success, the target becomes a puppet under the character's control. That's all
All
it
right.
says.
Yeah, so if you look up opposed rolls, I'm gonna make a judgment call. It's been too long, so I'm gonna let that one fly. If he beats you, the next one, come on. Oh, okay. So you have 2 vile soldiers at your disposal. So how does the whisper sound in their ear? What do you say to them?
Blast the Mangler.
Sweet nothings.
Okay. Okay. Blast the Mangler, says you. Okay. So they obviously will act on their initiative. So they'll be blasting the Mangler. Mangler. You get the impression that they're all about it though. Yes, we will blast the Mangler kind of thing. However, this one who is up now over here across the way where the Mangler's just landed, he rallies. He sees the Mangler land and crack the roof next to Blocks Girl. He turns and shoots Blocks Girl, or he thinks he's going to shoot Blocks Girl. Come on. Did that come through? Shooting roll was successful, Blocks Girl.
Okay.
And so you're going to, let's hit the damage button here. Whoa! Okay.
Ow.
Yeah. So you're basically at 12. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Why did that happen that way? I'm not understanding this. Okay. So what's your toughness?
My toughness is currently 9.
Okay. So you're going to be shaken. So basically you smell that horrible smell of plastic as basically you're shot in the, you tell me.
It shoots me in the arm.
Okay. So you can use the Bennie to unshake. Or you can
Yeah,
wait
I
till
will.
next. Okay, so you smell the smell of burning plastic. Like he shot some nubs off your arm, basically, and yeah. So you spend your Bennie and are able to shake that off. He is realizing what's going on and that it's probably a little too close for comfort. He steps up onto this building. It's like just like a 4 foot, no, not even 4 foot, maybe 2.5, 3 feet up. So that he can get a little bit of distance in there between you guys. Before Blocks Girl, it's your turn. What do you do? You are at the top of the roof. Mangler has just landed.
So, crazily enough, I'm going to stand still and do nothing.
Really?
But my action is basically going to be to prime myself.
Oh God, this sounds menacing.
Because I can explode. and I have to stand still and do nothing for 1 round. And then it's going to go off like a heavy weapon in a large burst template.
Oh, what does that look like though? What as you're
basically
preparing?
I shatter into like millions of blocks.
Yeah, no, I mean before. Are you starting to like undulate?
Oh,
and, like,
I just like kind of grab a hold of the fucking building, and I just like.
Oh, because you're a monkey. That's right. Okay, you're just okay. So,
Exploding monkey.
yeah, I'm gonna give the Mangler a spirit roll too. If he fails, he's gonna have to choose between a move and an attack because will be confused. So let's see what that's like. Oh, nope, not happening. So he is totally freaked, like an orange plastic monkey. Not it's too much for the Mangler at the moment. So, nice, Mordred, you are up. Down on ground level, the Mangler has jumped away.
You fucking coward, and I'll like summon the ride, which takes my action for the round.
Okay. You hear distant sirens. Actually, you know, but it's an auto accident. It wouldn't be sirens, right? You can see as you're waiting for your ride, there's like some lights flashing off various surfaces. So there's cops probably coming to that street accident, or you know the car accident that happened earlier, which you can actually see from here. So motorcycle's on its way. How long does it take to get there? Around?
Around, yeah.
Okay. You hear, or did you ask for a horse?
Doesn't matter.
You don't care? Roll 1d6.
I don't care.
High rolls a horse, low rolls a motorcycle. Okay, a motorcycle it is. All right, so Vile Trooper, this guy, who he's shooting the Mangler?
Yep.
Okay. So he is going to do just that. And he is going to actually hit the Mangler. And roll 20 will let us do some damage. So he shoots the Mangler right in this you know, the appendage, right? Just and it you know, hits it and it glows and like there's some, you know, like a little flash and some smoke, but it doesn't actually do much to him beyond that. Brings us to a new round. So I'm going to recall some cards. And I'm going to deal to all turn order items. Oh man, there are 2. No, those are jacks. What am I saying? I thought those are jokers. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
2 aces.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, the sorting is off again. But so where's the ace? Spectral Avenger has an ace. What are you doing? Do you have to maintain your focus on that the entire time?
It does require concentration, which causes a -1 to all other actions.
Okay.
Otherwise, no.
Okay. Got it.
But aside from potentially climbing the roof, which is going to put me... well, actually, I have telepathy, so I can maintain control of them once I have it, but I don't see an easy way to climb to that roof.
You could get there by way of the... I'm going to assume with some athletics, because you're a superhero, remind yourself, right? So if you could get to the top of the RV, you could probably scale the face of the building with a athletics roll. As long as you can describe that cinematically.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it just yet.
Okay. So what do? You don't drink,
I'm
don't
gonna
smoke? What do you do?
I'm just going to maintain focus on these guys for now.
Okay. So just make sure that they keep shooting.
Yep.
Okay. So your next, and that ironically, the next guy up is, in fact... I hit the wrong button. We'll take it. So he fires again. He hits again. Hello. Okay. Again, he hits the Mangler. Not doing it for whatever reason. Just not happening. But he is... So Block Squirrel, as you're there, you see him like, oh, and it's like somebody's come to your aid and is like dressed like these same guys and is shooting lasers from across the way. All right, so that brings us to the next guy right over here. I'm trying to think. Let's give him a spirit roll.
Isn't he the one that already failed his spiritual?
He did.
Block scroll?
For
He
block
did,
scroll.
but he was
yeah,
rallied by the Mangler.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I hit the wrong spirit roll, so I'm sorry about that. So this guy. Wow, okay. So, being the clever boy that he is, and not necessarily realizing, or does he realize? I'm gonna see. See if he realizes that his buddies are turned on him. He does not. Okay, so he's gonna step out here. Where he can get a better shot at Block's girl, who he's not the least bit worried about whatever epileptic fit she's having, and so he's going to shoot her. Ah, my goodness. Okay.
Hit me.
Yeah, so that's going to. How does that work mid concentration?
It's not a concentration thing. I just have to stand still and not do anything for one turn.
What if you take damage?
It doesn't say anything about that.
Okay. So I'm gonna say if you can make a spirit check. First of all, you got to not be shaken, so you will be shaken here. And that's not gonna. What's your toughness, Blocks?
No, my toughness is 9.
13. Okay, so that's not gonna ace to that point. So you're gonna be shaken. So you got to get rid of the shaken. And,
yeah, I'll use a Bennie to get rid of that.
Okay, cool. So you
Yeah.
you get hit. Give me a vigor check to hold it together. As you step back, you get shot, and you can see the edge of the building, and you're like so close to the edge of the building.
Ooh, this might be fun.
Wild Eye saves you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, Wild Eye.
So your monkey foot is on the edge, and your monkey arms are kind of waving, and you manage to hold it together. And Red Rocket, you're up next.
All right. So I haven't done this before. I'm gonna run up the wall. I have surface tension, so I'm just gonna super speed up the wall over here.
This could be bad.
Okay, up the wall. Where? Can you ping the map? Because I can't see what you're talking about.
I don't really need to count. I can move 500, 600 fucking squares.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm gonna run all the way over to here.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go above this guy, and then I'm gonna whirlwind him.
Okay. So, give me an athletics check, just to be mindful of what you're traversing. Yeah. So.
I'm so athletic.
So you run, and I think you kind of use your robot arms to hit the pavement and get yourself vertical and just running up the wall. You hear? Would anyone have ever seen Blocks do this before, Byron?
Nope.
Okay. There's this hum, and you feel it in your feet, even as fast as you're moving. It's just like this, and you speed past and start spinning. So he needs to make a strength check. And he double fails. Okay, so you have complete control of him within seconds. You're spinning. His gun goes one way. And he's like, "Rah, rah, rah," around and around, and he's just spinning end over end. What do you do with him?
I'm gonna throw him at the Mangler.
Okay. Give me a fighting check. Just a quick fighting check.
All right.
Let's see if you hit the Mangler or what goes on there. No. Okay. So you hit the Mangler with this guy. And it's interesting because he's kind of there, he's in the midst, and he sees this thing coming out of nowhere. So I'm going to give him an opportunity. Let's see if it just bounces off of him or not. Come on. Dude. That took a long time. Okay. So his big hand catches the guy in midair, just squeezes. You hear a, and then just, and then turns to look at you, like, bring it on, buddy. And I'm going to consider that the Manglers. No, that won't be his action. Mordred, you're up next. Almost skipped you.
Now that I have my ride, I probably can't see the Mangler since he's a little far back off the edge there. Or
That's
can I?
correct. Yeah, from where you are, no.
All right, so I'm gonna do like a drive-by on those two, like that. Can you see that?
Yep, I sure can. Oh, that would do it, because you and what I love. Thank you for not metagaming. You don't know they're under his control. Thank you for that. So you up the wall, kind of through that weird parking garage section, flying through the air when you hit here. What are you trying to do? You gonna cut a head off or something? What's your plan?
Aiming lower, just bisect them both.
Oh, that sounds fun. Give me a roll for this one. Tides are turning, fellas.
Okay.
And this is like two separate parts here, I think.
Okay, why don't you roll for damage there, buddy?
Oh.
And since I wasn't including the actual weapon and the other ones, I had to split it up.
Oh!
So it's 43.
For this one person?
Yeah. The power plus the weapon.
Yeah. Okay. Describe for us, please, what this is like when you, on your motorcycle steed, hit him. Go.
Just driving by super fast, swing the sword at his midsection, and if I hit him hard enough, can I just have his torso fly back and hit his friend?
Yes. Yeah, you can. Or at least, probably not quite that far, but I think, yeah, his guts. The torso itself falls just short, but the entrails that you happen to just whip through, yeah. But the question is, does your bike get there before the entrails do? So you're going to attack them both? Do you have the ability to do that? All right, give me that roll.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah.
I picture you're
That's
hauling ass, like super speed kind of thing, and the guts are sort of sort of end over ending through the air next to you.
And it's at -2 on that.
Okay, so yeah, but you would still hit. You just wouldn't do a whole shitload of bonus damage.
That's the first part. And that's the second part.
Yeah, no, we're not spending any GM bennies on the mooks here. So yeah, I think the guts just splash because you just kind of just as you're cutting him in half. So yeah, you do bisect them both. Your control is lost unless you want to control them. Now, Donovan, make a spirit roll. Okay. You feel this wave of just like, this sudden like headache. It doesn't get super bad. Henceforth, I'm going to modify a little. If you are mind controlling someone when they die, you're going to make a spirit roll. Otherwise, you experience their death as they would, except for the dying part, So, okay. Well, that's fun. Blocks girl. Do it.
So, how many yards?
Strings have been
How many yards is one of these squares?
It's like 5 feet. So well, you kind of round it to like, 2 basically.
Okay, cool.
Let's say
so this blast is going to be 12 yards. And it's a heavy weapon, so it does damage to even vehicles like tanks and shit that have heavy armor.
Is it a globe?
So it can
or
actually,
is it
yes, and it does an extra D8 against anything that doesn't have heavy armor, like a vehicle or something like that.
Okay.
So it's not like that doesn't do an extra damage versus a person, but it does extra damage versus like a vehicle. Because it's the system's set up so that vehicles can only be hurt if they have heavy armor.
Okay.
So you can't take a pistol shot and take out a car or something. So I don't really know that I saw red rock. I see like this whirlwind over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That guy's not there anymore.
Yeah, I know. I was concerned with where you were, not where he was, because I'm trying not to blow you to pieces. So I'm just gonna step up in front of him.
You have to remain still until you explode, right?
No, I have to remain still for 1 turn to prime.
Okay, got it.
Then I can move and do whatever.
Okay. Yep.
And then my action is to blow. It just takes me a whole round of doing absolutely nothing.
Give me a smarts check.
A what?
A smarts check.
A smarts check?
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. I have like 800 windows open over here. Actually, hold on because I have to actually. I don't have that pulled up anymore. I think I have to use the orangutan. Oh no, I don't.
You have to use the orangutan smarts. That would be
no, I'm
fair.
allowed to use mine. Oh yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
Double 1, so I'm not getting that.
Yep. Nope. You're just right in the middle of it. Adrenaline is making you, big dummy. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So now for the fun part. So I explode. It just hits everything.
Yeah.
In like 12-yard diameter.
Yeah. So it's just
around
like
where I am. And it does 68 damage. So some shitty ass 1s there.
Okay.
2, but I can re-roll with a Bennie, right?
You can re-roll with a Bennie. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna try to re-roll because
I'm gonna.
It was 2
Give
points.
me a couple.
It's worth it.
There you go. Okay. Wow. So let's deal with this guy first. Basically, there's this spray of. You tell me, Byron, what happens to this poor guy here, who's caught up in the midst of this?
Oh, the little like G.I. Joe guy.
Yeah, the vile trooper.
Blasted with Legos.
Yes.
Like his skin just at first it tears his jacket and stuff like that, and then like it just like, and then they're like embedded into the bone.
Yes, I picture this anime kind of scene with like the crazy lighting and like she's like a shadow from this blast. Okay, yeah. So he is shredded and dies. So let's make sure we
Anybody
remember
else
he's dead.
noticing that roll 20s d8s are doing more than an 8?
It's exploding individually.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where the 13's from.
I
it
didn't know the
exploded.
game does. Okay.
Yeah, you have
That's
to click a certain button to make it work that way.
Oh.
I didn't think I had it on the exploding part, but I had to click on it.
Okay.
To make it
So
work.
that works on the damage die too.
Yeah.
The Mangler.
I did not know that. Cool.
So 27. So he's not going to be able to handle for that. But it's not going to.
Yeah.
What do I want to spend? I'm down to 1 Bennie, aren't I? So he spends his last Bennie to shake that. Although he is completely just he's so close to you that he has actually thrown off of his feet, and you think for a moment like, yes, I killed him. He's laying there, and there's this moment where you see his cartilage ball twitch just a little, and then he sits up. He's got a Lego sticking out of his eye. He reaches up and just.
How's the building doing?
You're not there. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you about your insurance
He has
claims.
a perfect view from across the street.
Yeah. He sees us haul and ask. He'd probably be over here at some point. So Blocks Girl blew up. This person is God knows where at this point. Oh, he would be because
He'd be with the
Yeah,
Mangler.
no, he got thrown. Yeah. I keep trying to get him out of the turn order, but it's not allowing me to click that. Okay. This guy across the way is dead. Just taking inventory of death and destruction. This guy.
I think
okay.
everyone but the Mangler.
Yep. Red Rocket, it is now your turn. What do you do? There are not enough. There are not enough adversaries.
Hey,
for
I
me.
just disappeared from the turn order
Did you? Well, fuck. I'm
on
sorry.
my screen.
I was taking your turn away, buddy.
Shit.
Here, let's do this. There we go. Now we have new. There we go. Blocks Girl, you're actually going to get initiative with the new cards that I forgot to draw. And Donovan, you should be in there. So you've exploded.
Yep.
The Mangler's sitting up. What do you do now?
I am going to reform, basically, because I'm pieces of Lego everywhere, and I am going to reform into. I wonder how much this building took damage from that.
Mostly it's the infrastructure. You're looking around, so it's going to be like the AC and all the stuff that sits on the roof. There's a cistern kind of back. It's nothing on the top of the building itself, the roof.
Okay, so it doesn't look like the roof is taking damage, because I was a little surprised about I was concerned about the infrastructure of the top of the building. Okay, so good. That makes me happy that it didn't take any damage, because I am now going to turn back into my favorite pink hippopotamus. And so now that I weigh 2 tons, I really didn't want to be standing on top of the roof if there was infrastructure damage.
Yeah, so that takes your move for sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're forming, you can see kind of, it's almost like, like fly vision, right? This fractal kind of, fractured vision. And you could see him just watching and all the blocks kind of coming together and reforming. And his eyes kind of get even bigger when he sees the hippopotamus. What is your plan as a hippopotamus?
I don't have a plan. You're supposed to make a plan here? I don't really have a plan.
Okay. So you reform it. I think that's probably going to take enough time. So, Red Rocket, you're up.
All his friends are dead. Shit.
Alright, Lego sandblasted him.
I'm gonna try to whirlwind him again.
Whirlwind the dead bodies?
Here.
Oh, I thought. Okay. Okay. So you run over there and start your whirlwind attack, and he's going to make a strength check. He's shaken, isn't he? Yeah. So, oops, I hit that twice. I'll take the first roll, and I didn't mean to do that. That's a wrong button. It's a -2. Let's see what comes across. Come on. Seriously. All right, I'm gonna hit it. Maybe it just didn't like that. I'm gonna hit it again. Okay, there it comes. Okay. Yeah. So he's laying down basically, right? So you see, there it comes. Seriously, that first click was acknowledged. Roll 20, fix your shit. Or maybe it's the general internet. Is anybody watching the news? Maybe there's a nuclear war going on and we don't know it. We're just playing this game. And it's messing with our internet flow. I laugh so I don't cry. Yeah, so you do actually lift him up a little bit, but he reaches down and grabs this, it's like a piece of rebar that's sticking out of the concrete and holds himself down with it. And you just kind of, and now the good news is he's sort of having to do that. Mordred, unless you're going to move, Red Rocket, it is Mordred's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the good old get the fuck out of here and back up to the other side of the building.
Okay, so you just I see this kind of funnel cloud just dissipates, and you find yourself over there. Mordred, what do you do?
Loop the ride around, get a little bit of altitude, and then dismount in the air and do a death from above attack on him.
This is great. Okay. So flying motorcycle, not Nicolas Cage, because I'd hate your character. Give your character ass cancer.
He has this
No, okay.
big flaming skull.
What do you got to roll to do that, James? Tell the stream how does that work?
I'll take a fighting roll, I guess, with a penalty if you want. I don't know.
Oh, I
just
thought that was
made it
kind
up.
of some kind of fucked up special power. Okay, we'll do that. So, yeah, I think it's that one's going to be hard. Make a driving roll for one. Make sure that you dismount at the right spot. I think that's fair. Okay, cool. So it's not the best dismount. It's a little clumsy, like Greatest American Hero-ish, and you're kind of like, how high up are you?
Like 20 feet.
Over his head, like 20 feet. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're really sailing in. Okay, and give me an attack roll at -2.
So 8.
Okay, so yeah, that I mean, you come in, death from above. Do you say something? What do you say as you're coming in? You have 20 feet of some superhero monologue. What do you say?
It's just a battle cry and just a roar as I drop from the sky on them.
So you've got this whirlwind, and you've got Block's girl that's there as a hippo. You see, and you're like, ah! You're all kind of just converging. Donovan, you're watching this shit from the streets, like, how do I get up there? Okay, you will hit. No, you won't. I'm sorry. That's against his parry, isn't it? Ooh, okay. Oh, no. Yeah, you will hit, actually. Only barely. So yeah, you come in, and you stab him. Give me a damage roll. You can reroll damage with Bennie if you want. Is that what you did?
16 total.
Okay. Against his toughness of 15. So you shake. He was shaken, wasn't he? He hasn't had an opportunity to unshake. Okay, so you will wound him. I'm not going to spend my last Bennie. So he will remain shaken, and he has a wound. So he's now at 2 wounds. 1 more wound, and he's dead by the rules. So yeah. So you come in. What is that like? It's you
Just flew in point first and drove the blade deep into his thigh.
Oh yeah, and and with his normal hand he grabs. Give me a notice check.
Notice.
Yeah, wild die. So he has a wedding ring on. You notice, but that doesn't matter because Spectral Avenger's up next. You see your motorcycle like out into the distance.
Well, if I can get up to the top of the building, I'll work on it. But I think that's going to take me time.
Yeah, well, I think with an athletics check you can get there. Again, you guys are superheroes, so like, you tell me what it's like to get up there. It's just going to be athletics. That's what Block's girl
I
had
don't
going
have
on.
athletics.
Agility works. You're a ghost.
I am a ghost, but that does make it kind of difficult to grab onto things.
It does, but you don't sink through the floors, so there's a physics issue there, I guess. But you, how do you get up there? Tell me.
What is there to climb up?
Well, there's the car that you could kind of leap from. There's the gutters and the awnings and stuff that Byron called out. Signage.
I'll climb up on top of the car, jump to the nearest sign or awning,
Okay.
try to pull myself up to the roof.
Okay. So you come up, you basically, make your way up to right next to where Blocks. You see as you're coming up, Donovan, you see the ass end of this pink hippo.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah, of this pink hippopotamus, and Mordred's here. The gang's all here basically. Let me see that's your. I'm gonna assume that's your action.
That's probably going to move my. Yeah. I was going to say that's probably my action.
You could, if you were going to try to do some brain games or whatever that didn't require physical action, I would allow you to do that, I think. Or no, what are you doing?
No, I'm
Okay.
at a loss for what I can have him do that's
Okay.
going to really matter with nobody else to attack.
Yeah, so you're surveying. I'm assuming you get to the top and you're surveying.
I'm
the
surveying the area,
the
yes.
carnage, and there's
the
some
carnage and the destruction. And
Yes. Okay. Cool. That makes
I
it the
can't-
Mangler's turn.
I can't really make him kill himself.
You again? He says as he turns to mangle Mordred. Let me see, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go straight fighting and try to... No, he's not. He's gonna fist bash you. That's what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna fist you.
All right. What's your parry?
8.
Okay, so he hits you, surprisingly. Or does it have to exceed your parry? I'm gonna say it's a target for now. I need to... It's been too long. Yeah, so he actually does hit you. And he is going to do that much damage. So, 25. What is your toughness?
21.
What's that, 21?
21, 6 and
Okay.
15.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I should remember that. Let me write that down. So he comes in and just swats you. Give me an athletics check, because he kind of just comes around with this big hand and whack! And if you fail your athletics check, which you did not, he knocks you all the way over here. And your success is you basically sliding off the edge, and you're hanging with one hand. You've got your sword in the other. You're hanging off of the building now, dangling as he swatted you away. Go away! He screams, just as he slaps you. And looking at all of you, Blockscrow, you're up next. Big Hippo. I mean that respectfully, of course.
So, I kind of yawn at him because I'm actually fatigued from blowing up. So
Like,
it takes me four hours to gather back my level of fatigue and get rid of it. So I'm just going to go bite the shit out of him.
okay.
Or
This
try
is
to,
such
I
a
should say.
strange...
Yeah.
Yes, got it.
Yeah.
And you're going to take -1 penalty, right, for being fatigued?
-2.
Is it? When? Why?
Yeah, -2.
Are you exhausted or
'cause
fatigued?
No, that's what it says in my thing. I'm
Okay, so
-2.
that means you're exhausted. So when you're thinking of like how fatigued she is, she's exhausted. Okay, got it.
Let's see what it says here. Hold on.
Yeah, the default fatigue is like one level is -1. Another level is exhausted.
It just says fatigued -2 and you're allowed.
Okay, yeah.
So
So
that's probably what it is. Yeah.
The
Okay.
fatigue -2, I think,
Yeah.
is the cost that it impacts your power.
Oh, got it. Okay, so that should just be fatigue then. If
Yes,
that's
you're
the
-1
minus from that.
yep, -1.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so I'm just fatigued. It's not a fatigue level. It's the point cost difference in Hero Lab. Yep. Thank you, Eric. I was completely reading that.
Wrong
incorrect.
button.
You're welcome.
Well, let's see here.
Anything
What
bad
am I
for dogs?
doing?
Grass.
So I'm doing a fighting roll, which is a D8 for my good old guy here. I hate the fact that it doesn't use my stuff. That's what pisses me off. So I gotta use the wherever the thing is, which is on the other deal. Made that. There we go. So I need 1d8 and -1.
There it goes.
A 6 to hit him.
So you are shooting against you're after a parry of 8. So you come in, and I picture you kind of go to bite, and he smacks you with his normal hand, and he knocks a few blocks off of you, and they kind of skitter back and kind of rejoin with your leg. He says, "I'm not gonna be eaten by a pink cow," he says. And yeah, so Red Rocket's up next. What do you do?
Well, wow, you're extraordinarily stupid. I'm incredibly surprised. I'm gonna walk over. I'm just gonna pee on him.
Nice. That's okay. So he smacks, and there's this
Like all
moment-
this running, like I gotta pee.
He's gonna take a vigor roll, a spirit roll. See how he does. Okay, so he glances down. You're obviously going to be his next target as he just grimaces. He looks down. This smacks blocks. She kind of does one of those. It doesn't knock her back super far. And then there's this, the scene cuts to like, he glances down and just, he's going to try to fucking pop you like a pea with a hammer. That's your action for the round? Just pee on the bad guy?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pee on.
Okay. Mordred, you are going to need an athletics check to get back up on the building. Which, wild die saves you there. Yeah. So you just kind of swing in there and you use your one arm and pull yourself back up. Yeah. So since you're super, I'll let you go ahead and do your thing. What are you going to do?
Run back at him. I'm not done with you yet, you bastard.
Okay. Give me a roll. He's he's actually kind of, you think about how this is playing out. Like the dog's peeing on him and he's like, and just not even focused. And there's a hippopotamus biting at him.
I'll use my last Bennie for a reroll.
Would blocks girl be, by the way? 'cause
Okay.
she's not close enough to
So you come in and you go to swing and this fucking flesh bag cauliflower looking thing just knocks your sword out of the way with just an expert parry, and you kind of see him grin, like you're a little impressed, like wow, he was aware I was coming. Spectral Avenger, you see all of what's going on. You see exactly what's happened. You've surveyed it all. What are you gonna do?
The roof of the building next to us, is it about on the same level as the building we're on?
Yes. So there's about a 3 foot difference here, higher, and about 6-7 inches here. This one's a little more squat.
So I could drop down into onto this building here and just kind of stroll up behind him.
Oh yeah, sure. Especially all that's going on. He's been peed on. He's being peed on, eaten, and cleaved simultaneously.
I'm going to activate damage field, which is a free action. And
Okay.
I'm going to do exactly that.
So I picture there's this like
Out there.
sound of like this wind and whispers and voices and shrieks and stuff. What does damage field do?
Well, first of all, it creates a severe temperature drop, cold enough that any living creatures within it can see the vapor of their breath when they exhale.
Ooh.
It creates a dangerous aura around the character, a spiritual aura, and at the end of the character's movement and around, every adjacent character suffers damage according to the points in the power.
Wow.
It does not, interestingly, cause damage to anybody that the character passes during his movement.
Okay.
Only one that ends in an adjacent square.
Okay, well that's, so yeah, you're moving over and I picture layers of frost kind of, there's like all this air conditioning apparatus and pipes and shit up there and you're walking past and, they're frosting over as you move past. And then what's the damage and how does he try to resist it? If you tell me he doesn't, I hate you.
It's a spiritual type damage, so however he would resist spiritual type damage.
Spirit roll, I would assume.
It doesn't say anything about resisting it, it just says choose a power type.
Okay, so let's assume for the moment that as bedraggled as he is, until we read the rules about spiritual damage, which I don't see in the index. So you owe me an explanation of how that's going to work. I'm going to assume... What's the damage roll? Oh.
Ow.
Oh, that's the damage roll. Well, the good news is his you're not quite there. So you didn't. So he frosts over, and you see this of his breath, and he is. There's no bonus damage to that, though, right? Like, do you have to roll an attack? It's just moving up on him, just to make sure, right? It's just like moving.
Yeah,
up.
it's just a 5d6 damage.
Jeez. Okay. You want to use a Bennie to re-roll that?
Yeah, I've got some. So sure.
Oh, holy fuck!
Thank you for the idea.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is how this goes. Blox girl's about to bite. Mordred, this is all going on. You just, the last little squirt of pee, and then everything frosts over, and you see him just like, his breath is kind of vapor, and then his eyes just like go completely white with just a little hint of pale blue where his red, and just like, and out of his mouth, a very weird, dark, tenderly cloud. The Mangler's dead. Donovan ate him.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yay!
Why didn't you do that earlier?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's sexy.
Too many people in close proximity to do it earlier. And then about the time I was going to do it, he jumped up on the building.
Well,
Okay, I guess that makes
That's
sense.
nasty.
Well, I believe the police are coming. Or they're already down the street. There was an accident earlier, and
so
Yeah,
at that moment, I picture all of you, one by one, coming to the edge of the building and looking down to see all the cops that have arrived. First it was the auto accident, and then there was the cut scene of the guy like, I think we have worse problems in the smart car, and then there's just the helicopters flying over, explosions, ghosts and shooting and lasers and all that, and we are going to end right there. And beginning next session, our heroes will give their first live news interview.